Right, good evening everybody. Thank you for joining this training. So this training is step 2 and it's about building your 100 list. So my name's Sarah Jones, and I'm an independent consultant with Arbon, and I have the absolute pleasure of training you on this tonight. So doing your 100 person list, this is really about having an active contact list. This is like the backbone of your business. So your task is to write down every adult's name that you can think of in the countries that we operate in. So anywhere in the UK, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, America and Poland right now, future, absolutely great. Our job is not to wonder whether that person wants to do the business or be interested in the product. It is literally to just kind of brain dump those names down, and we ask you to do about 50 to 100 names to start with. It's a great exercise to do. And if you're thinking at first, oh my God, do I know that many people? Don't worry, you absolutely do. And that's the point of this training tonight. So we don't know what people are looking for. For example, when Emma introduced me to the business and to the products, she introduced me via a Calm set. She didn't know that until we were chatting, that I'd be absolutely interested, and it saved my life, my skin. And then she invited me to her business presentation. It wasn't her job to decide for me whether it was of interest to me. For us, it's about giving people the opportunity and sharing with them, and for letting them to decide that, because we don't know what's going on in people's worlds right now. So to start with, when you're making your list, you want to just go by memory, like start putting those names down, and then start thinking about who do you know through, using your phone contacts, through social media. And there's a really good acronym to use to kind of start jogging your memory, and it's called FRANK. So think of it like this. What I would say when you're doing this exercise is, if you haven't done your 50 to 100 list yet, I would stop the video in a minute, pause it, and get to work and start writing that list, and then come back to do each step of it. So FRANK stands for write down any friends' names, write down any relatives' names, write down any acquaintances or old colleagues at work that you can think of. Think of any neighbours' names, and the K stands for kids. So I'm not saying you're going to start sponsoring kids into the business, don't worry. But this is about, it could be parents of kids that you know through school, it could be nieces and nephews, friends, kids, all of that, thinking about just a bit wider, because I have met loads of people through doing swimming with the kids, through nursery, through school. And if you don't have children, that's absolutely fine. You'll know people who do, and any kind of connection. So it's just having a really good think about that. So I'm going to show you a little flow chart here about how you can start thinking about this. Because what we're going to do is divide these names from your list up. So our job is to first do your 100 person list, and then we're asking people either if they're interested in looking at the business opportunity or trying some products out. As simple as that. I would absolutely recommend everyone near enough to lead with the business opportunity, because if people aren't interested in the business, then you can speak to them about the product. But it's difficult if they're not interested in the product to speak to them about the business opportunity. So where possible, lead with the business. Where the product comes in really well, that you might have, I don't know, your nan or a much older aunt who's thinking, yeah, I'm not really looking for a business here. They might know somebody who is there. But, that's a great example of where you can lead with product. But also with that business opportunity, you might know where to start that conversation. If you know somebody's more interested in nutrition, or if somebody's more interested maybe in skincare or makeup, that's a really good way of intertwining that. So the fabulous Emma is working on compiling all of this into one document. So this is a slightly older one, but the premise of it will be absolutely the same. So we're going to ask people either to do the business opportunity, you choose that activity, and to look at the business. You could be asking them to have a coffee date, to attend a Discover Arbon event. So there's loads of Discover Arbon events around the country. We advertise them on a Facebook group called UK Opportunity Meetings. I think it's called UK Opportunity Meetings. Ask your sponsor to add you to that Facebook group if you're not part of it already. If you're brand new, we might not have joined you on it because we don't want to overwhelm you. But on there, we advertise all the different Discover Arben events. And the people who host those events have generally been in Arben a while, they're successful, they're generally area managers, regional vice presidents or national vice presidents. And they're brilliant for you to go and learn, but bring guests for them to see what's, to see the opportunity there, so you're not having to do that work. Invite them to your business launch. So if you haven't got a business launch date done yet, this is just about getting people around your house or around a coffee table and sharing the business opportunity with them. It's a really powerful thing to do. A Zoom call. So just like we're doing, jump on a Zoom call. Would you, can you jump on a Zoom call later? If you're brand new, do that with your sponsor. A phone call, a WhatsApp video call, whatever feels right. You can do it through a Facebook Live. So if you're somebody who loves using Facebook, or even if you're not, Facebook Lives are brilliant to do, and you can do that on your personal page or invite them into a private group. So you could set up a group, launch your business, and ask somebody if you'd invite them into that group. We always invite people and say you're going to be sharing the launch of your business that way. Then, if at the end, and we're not going to go into the detail of what each one of those looks like at this second, but after one of those, because your sponsor can talk to them about in particular, after one of those, if the person wants more information, you then invite them to a What's Next call. And the What's Next call can be part of like a three-way call, an opportunity to speak to somebody else in the business, be your sponsor or somebody relevant to them, and it could be on a WhatsApp conversation, and it's then to help them make a decision whether Arben is for them right now or for not. And it's what we're trying to do is get them to a point where they're making a decision, yes or no. And we always want to follow up. The fortune is in the follow-up, and we advise you to follow up within 48 hours. So that's the one route. The other route is the product route. So the product is about asking people if they would be up for trying some skincare or doing a makeup trial. And we do that in ways of a gold bag. So the training, the step 5 training that Emma went through on Monday described what a gold bag looks like. It's a gold bag, it's a white bag, it's a blue bag. It's basically a bag of skincare that they take home for 2 or 3 days, and they get to try the products in the comfort of their own home. It is, they're like your little employees going off to do work. So you invite them, will you take, would you be up for having a trial of the skincare? Let me know what you think after 2 or 3 days. Give me your feedback. Brilliant. And show them how to get a great discount. A Sip and Glow. So that's like a larger scale event that you might have a few consultants there. You might have skincare, you might have a makeup station, you might have a nutrition station, and you host an event all together that way. A facial party is what it sounds, and we can give you scripts for all of these as well. People come round, they try some great skincare and have a go, and it's really good fun as well. Online facial, so you can invite people to a Facebook event or a Zoom event, and you could even send them some samples if you want, and you could all do it together on there. So it's showing how you've got massive flexibility to do this. Sip and Paint, the same, that's using the makeup range, and a makeup kit trial. So if you've got a makeup kit at home and it's there and you want to get it out, trial it on people, you can literally give it to somebody, because who doesn't love to try a bit of makeup? Let's face it. Let them try it, get them around your house and have a good go, and you can get like little sample sticks and everything to go with that. With the 30 days to healthy living, so you invite them to take, are you interested in getting healthy? Are you interested in, especially if you know somebody is looking at improving their health or improving their weight or healthy habits, you're inviting them to take a listen to the Arben 30-day plan. Again, there is another training on this specifically to the 30-day program, but we have got a massive amount of resources. A great opportunity is just give them a quick overview and through a text message or a voice note, and then send them, we've got like a 3-minute video, invite them to our Facebook group. So we can do it through a phone call. I always find it really powerful talking to somebody about it, because it's stories that sell, not just products. They want to hear your story, your testimonial, or other people's. So if you've done this plan And if you haven't, I highly recommend that you do it. You can share your experience. You can share an audio. So like I said, we've got some really quick, like 3 minutes and 7-minute videos. We've also got our Facebook group, Health, Wealth and Happiness, and we have loads of testimonials on there and audios as well that people can listen to. We host healthy happy hours, so you can do this in person. Invite, again, people around to a coffee shop or people into your home, and we've got a script that you can go through, just sharing what the nutrition is all about, and again, your experience. So that is part of our 30-day training plan. If you want some more information, your sponsor can talk to you about that. Online presentations, so we can do it over a Zoom call, and we do it over Facebook Lives as well. And we do that within our Health, Wealth and Happiness Facebook group, but you can do that on your Facebook, your own personal Facebook group or a personal Facebook page, Instagram, IGTV, is it called IGTV? I think so, or your Instagram stories. So even though maybe not all of these are for you, it's good to know all of them and experience them a bit, because it means there is going to be somebody who joins your team that's going to have a preference of using one of those tools. Some people might love to use Facebook, some people might prefer to go for coffee dates. I love a coffee date. Somebody else might prefer to use Instagram. So we've got all of these options to help you build your business that best suits you. Once somebody has said yes, you move them to your 40 faces. So you can, I'm not sure if there's a little picture on here. So you would literally, you could get a piece of paper. We have got one in our Facebook files with 40 little faces on. As soon as they said yes, you put them on there as a tracker, and it's a really good way of tracking who you've spoken to, because once you start chatting to loads of people, it's so easy to forget. And as we said, the fortune is in the follow-up. You don't want to do the whole hard work in inviting people and then not follow up with them, because people aren't going to come back to you. They're busy. We are not their priority. You have to follow up with them. It often takes 5 to 12 exposures for people to say yes. So don't just stop after the 3rd time. You know, keep following up. If they're busy, every 2 days, have you had a chance? Or yeah, let's get that date in, whatever it is. And we can help you with different exposures as well. It could be, you know, dropping somebody an audio, giving them a bit more information, tagging them into something, just having a little chat, inviting them to a Discover Arbon, inviting them to a card presentation. There's loads of things to help them become part of that culture and learn about the community. You know, our Facebook group is a great example of that as well. So if you haven't done already, I would highly recommend you listen to GoPro. So GoPro is literally like the Bible of the network marketing professionals. So it's GoPro by Eric Worre. It is in our files section as well. If you want it and you haven't listened to it, we can totally share that with you after this. So Eric Worre always says, like, when you're asking somebody to take a listen to the business, act like you're in a hurry. So the prospect doesn't have a chance to ask too many questions. If you're busy, you know, you're not taking their time as well. You always want to compliment somebody when you're asking them to take a look. Think about what could be, what's in it for them. You want them to take the guard down. You want them to be open-minded and trust you and sound excited. People like happy people. They don't want somebody who's unsure. Who would want to start like listening to something or join a business with somebody who doesn't feel sure about what they're doing? It doesn't matter if you don't know everything. What matters is that you're excited and that they can feel it. Don't give too much information away in the beginning until you can share all the information, because if you start just going, oh, it's this thing, and if you're not sure, you just want to say to them, will you take a listen, and then I'll give you a proper overview later when we've got more time. Booking times with people with specific dates, specific times, and give them 2 to 3 options to choose from. We are all busy, so we need focus sometimes to help us pick that date. Always confirm verbally the time and the dates that you've booked casually 3 times. So, you know, say you've said, okay, right, you're available to talk on Tuesday, brilliant, or you're going to watch that video by Tuesday, great, by 8 p.m, brilliant. Okay, so if I come back to you at 8 p.m. on Tuesday, you'll have had a chance, brilliant. Okay, I'll come back and we'll chat then, 8 p.m, thanks a lot. So you're confirming that. It works even better when you're on the phone with somebody. So there's some top tips on there. So once you've got your list together, you are just literally, you want to be pouring belief into people. Now we're going to do some practical exercise here. This is where, again, if you were watching the recording, you want to pause this video and work through this. So if you go to your, I'm going to stop the share on this now. Here we go. If you have got your list there, you're going to start starring this list. So with all your numbers, we want to put 1 star against anybody's name who you believe has the personality for this. So, you know, anybody who you think is, you know, who's the personality you are, and like in terms of they're influential, when they speak, people really take notice and listen to them. They're impressionable, they're the life and soul of the party, they dress well, they speak well, they're put together, and you think they're going to absolutely nail it. So put a star against those people. Then, next one, once you've done that, and for the matter of time doing this call, that's why I said you pause it if we're doing it live, you can absolutely listen back, is you're going to put a star against anybody's name who you believe who you believe are looking for a change in their life. Now, you can double star people. So even if they've got a star against their name already, you can put another star against it. So anybody who you think might be unhappy with their job, or they wish they had more holiday time, more time with the children, or family or friends, or they wish they had more money, they could look better, feel healthier, might want to lose weight, anything like that, you think, right, I know people want to make some changes, put a star against their name. 3rd star, this is the final star. Again, you can triple star people. Put a star against anybody who you believe would support you just because it's you. So if you ask them to listen or to come out or to join you on a call, they would say yes because it's you. So now, excuse me a second, you will have a list of people with 1, 2 or 3 stars against each name. There should be no name left unstarred. So the people with your 3 stars are usually your strongest leads. So what you probably want to do first, and I've made this mistake in the past, is I've done like my top 10 list, and you kind of like your 3-star people are your top 10 people, I would say, is you probably want to practice first on your 1-star people before jumping into your 3-star, because sometimes you can make all your mistakes and you don't know what you're doing or what have you. So it's really good, if you want to have a practice, is go to your 1-star, and once you feel comfortable, jump on, you know, absolutely jump onto those 3 stars as well. But you want to get there quickly. So hopefully you're not thinking, okay, I'm going to be getting to my 3 stars in 3 months' time. You could, within 1 week, have gone through that whole 100 list or that 50 list. This is about acting with urgency. If you want to kind of get there quicker, just do it quicker. Your sponsor is there to absolutely help you each step of the way. So your job is to ask the question when you're starting this business, and then get people in front of your sponsor or your upline, if your sponsor's new as well, to help them sell the vision and help them explain the story of Arvin and what the opportunity or the projects is for them. So now you're going to look at dividing up those people with the number of stars into the following activities. People who you want to work with, or who are looking for change, onto your business list, and you're going to invite them along to either your launch, a coffee date, or a 3-way call. It is great to have that initial conversation with somebody, I would say. Invite them to take a listen, and then get your Zoom call or your business launch booked in and invite them to that as a second exposure, because you are giving them that attention. People who want to get healthier, lose weight, or care about the health and nutrition, You're going to invite them to a nutrition info session, a healthy happy hour, or you're going to share a video and some video material with them. Now, the great thing about the Arbon business, often people who have experienced our 30 Days to Healthy Living plan go on to do the business because they see how incredible it is, and they will automatically want to share it with their friends. And then number 3, you are going to look at inviting people who care about their skin, their skincare, or love products. Invite them to try a gold bag or a white bag, or come to your facial launch, or have a loan of your makeup kit. Now, you can invite them along to that as well as the business launch, and it can be a second exposure or it can be a third exposure, because these are all the things that we've got going on. Okay. Another tip here. All right, I'm going to just go through some asks first before I go into that tip. If you want some tips on how to ask people to take a look, as part of this plan, in the notes, we're going to have all of these written out that you can use. There is some great verbiage that we can send you as well, some ideas. I'm going to give you some examples. What I would say is turn this into your own language so it sounds like you. These are templates, but you want to make sure that it sounds authentic to you. So you might be asking somebody, here's an example of a direct list. Hi, Michelle, I'm so glad I caught you, and I'm really excited to share that I've started my own business and wanted to, and I can't talk. I've recently started my own business and was asked who I'd love to talk to, and you totally came into my mind. You're business minded, you're so energetic, and I'd love to share this opportunity with you and get your professional opinion, see what you think. Totally may or may not be for you, but I'd love your thoughts. Can I take you out for a coffee on Friday at 7 or Saturday at 2 p.m. and share the info, and coffee's on me. So there's an example. Or you could, if you don't feel comfortable about, you're thinking, right, this person, somebody I really respect, or it could be a family member you just want to practice on. So it could be like your number 1 stars. Hi Michelle, I'm so glad I caught you. I was actually calling you to ask for a favour. I recently started my business and need to practice on somebody on how to present some information in a professional manner. Would you allow me to practice on you? All you have to do is hear me out, then I ask you some questions for feedback. Could you help me with this? Coffee would be on me, of course. Or you could do that on a Zoom. Now, that example is really good from a practice point of view, or if you think it's somebody who wouldn't really give you the time of day listening to this business opportunity, but actually once they heard it, they would be really intrigued. So it's what do we call it? It's kind of a, oh God, I can't think of the word now. Yeah, basically you're getting them to listen without thinking it's for them, but you know they'd be great. So here we go, there's another challenge one. So if you want to kind of really step up the game in your business and go for it, you could have a challenge ask. So, hi Michelle, I'm so glad I caught you. I was actually calling to ask a favour. I've really started my own business. I'm part of a challenge where I need to present to 30 people in 30 days to increase my skills. Would you allow me to present on you? All you have to do is hear me out, and then I'll ask you some questions for feedback. Could you help me out? Coffee on me, of course, if you're meeting them in person. So a nutrition ask, either in person or online, could be, hi Michelle, I'm so glad I caught you. I wanted to share that I've recently started my own business in health and wellness, and I'm having a complimentary nutrition healthy happy hour, an online one, on Tuesday the 25th of February. I thought you'd be interested since you're into health and nutrition. Would you like me to put your name down for attending, or could you join on my video call? For a product ask, so be it like a gold bag or trying some skincare. Hi Michelle, I'm using you because I can see you there. So your name keeps popping up. I'm so glad I caught you. I wanted to share that I've recently started my own business in health and wellness, and I'm looking for a few people to try out some amazing products and botanically based for free in the comfort of their home for 3 days. I'll ask in return some honest feedback and a few minutes to go over their experience and thoughts after trying. You've always been into taking care of your skin and your hair, and you look amazing. So I thought I'd ask you if you would like to be one of my testers. And they're just really nice openings, that there's no pressure for people. Makeup, it's very similar. Hi Michelle, I'm so glad I caught you. I wanted to share that I've recently started my own business in health and wellness, and I'm looking for a few people to try out some amazing luxury products for free in the comfort of their home. I have a full makeup kit that I'm willing to give to someone to try out and just give me their review. How fun, right? My makeup counter will come to you. Would you like to be one of my testers? However you're asking somebody, energy, excitement, especially when it's about the product, it's about how you love it. You can be sharing how you've loved it so far. If it's about the business, you just share, like, I found this amazing opportunity. I really think you'd be brilliant at it, because, and be honest with those, because you always look great, because you look after yourself, because you're so busy, and I know you never have time in your life, because you love people and you've got loads of amazing energy, you're a great communicator, anything like that. So just customize them to the person and the situation. Get into the habit of keeping it short, sweet and simple. So none of those asks have mentioned Arbon. You are more than welcome to share that it is Arbon. I mean, I do, but first of all, it's about getting people's interest. So I would say that. But you want people to listen before they're making up their own minds. If you were using something like Instagram, cold market, here we go, then I would say it's great to have a video, so a short video. Use your sponsor's video to start with if you haven't got your own. Do a voice note to somebody, you then pop them a DM. So if you have contact, there's a great training on this, we won't go through now. But if you were contacting them on Instagram and sending them a direct message, like one of their photos, say to them, I've just direct messaged you, and leave them a voice note to say, look, I've got this, your profile's brilliant, love to connect with you, I've got this amazing opportunity, think you could be ace, your vibe is absolutely right, would you be up for watching a 7-minute video? Just give them a really brief, like 60-second story on it. Send them a short video. Check when they can watch it with a date and a time. Come back to them. See if they want some more information. You can invite them to a 3-way chat, or you can send them some more information through a longer video or jump on a call with them. So if you want some more detail on that, we can send you another training on that. If you are talking to people, it's the best way to do it. Your aim is to be asking 3 to 5 people a day minimum. You want to be asking 1 to 3 people for the business, 2 to 3 people for products. If you want to build your business quicker, ask more people quicker. Think about, by asking, 100 people, 60% of the people might say no or might not reply. You follow up, but in the end, if you've asked 100 people, there's 40 faces there that you've got on there. When you've got your 40 faces list, once they've listened to the video, you can colour them in, tick them. You want to be kind of tracking your progress, whether they've said, yes, I'm going to listen, yes, you've got them on a call and listened to the presentation, or they've listened to your video, and then you're going to mark it up whether they're a yes or a no to the business or the products. If they've listened to the business and it's not for them, you can ask them if they're up for taking a listen again in 3 to 6 months' time to see if anything's changed. You could ask them if they'd be interested in the products and hearing more about that. We've got an amazing preferred client loyalty scheme. And you can ask them for referrals, because even if it's not for them, they will know somebody who's looking for more income, sustainable, plant-based, skincare, makeup or nutrition. Absolutely use a tracker and absolutely follow up. You might want to use an Excel spreadsheet, you might want to use some faces, you might want to use a diary. Just make sure you are tracking this as well. Your aim every single month is to build your business to 2,500 QV. So that's dollars. Again, your sponsor will speak to you in that more detail. So 2,500 new and you QV. That is the building block for your business, and you are going to help each of your consultants do that. And what that means is, if you do that over a 3-month period, 2,500, you're a district manager. If you do 6,000 in a month, you get to district manager. Once you're hitting 2,500 as a district manager, and maintain that every month. That's your maintenance. That's how you keep going as a district manager. So by teaching everybody to do that, that's basically getting, I think it's 8 people to either join you in the business and do the 30-day plan, get some skincare, get some nutrition. That's you and 8 people. That's it. You and 7 people, sorry. Or it could be you and 4 people, and they're both getting some makeup and they're both getting some nutrition. So when you break it down, it becomes super, super simple. So there you go in a nutshell. Your 100 lists, recap, get your list together, star them, decide whether you're going to ask them about the business or the products, and then track who you're asking and follow up with them every couple of days. Do it with excitement and use your sponsor when you start the business to help you do that. Right, guys? Any questions? Reach out to me or reach out to your sponsor, and we're absolutely here to help. Thanks a lot.